welcome back to this channel. We're looking at the Bitcoin today. We're just doing another projection on what we'll think will happen with this coin. It's quite interesting to see the bullish momentum has continued, as we can see the structure breaking above. Currently, this is today as of 22nd of April. So we are looking still on the momentum upwards. So I'm just going to take it down in 4 hours just to show you why I think so. So all these this little drawing that I've got right here, this is what I did in the last video. So if you want to quickly have a look at that, explain my thoughts and reasoning what actually happened. But what actually did happen is, so we was here on the prediction and we got the push upwards, but we was unable to get a retest off of this zone here, so that's why I was impatient waiting for the next retest of this zone here. We managed to get this huge pin bar here, which indicated a lot of buy sensitivity, so it's nice to see that we had support here. So my next projection was to see how price reacted to this level and to monitor this structure here. This huge green candle here that we had straight closed above this above the previous highs of the remaining last week, and what I'm gonna say is this would have been a very good opportunity to get into the trade, as momentum has continued to go upwards, but we're currently getting a retest of our upper zones here. So I'm going to fill in some other zones and add in a bit more. So we've got our key zone here in a faint grey here, so I'll highlight this in blue just so you can see it. So this would be our next sort of key level that I'm looking for. However, my take, if I was to if I had profits running, I would look to be a bit I would start to lock in profits around here, just purely because of key sensitivity in price. This is because of this pin bar that we have here and is closely related to our key level. So relating this to how we could get into the markets as of now, I am going to anticipate some sort of rejection potentially. So let's just put some projective tools out here. So let's say let's just draw this in grey, make this a zone. Okay, so get rid of the RSI. So price wise, I would, if I was to look to get into this, it all depends on risk ratio, risk to reward with Bitcoin, as it's very speculated with news. So best position would have been about here, just purely getting in this bit here. So if you noticed that and you carried on the momentum, that's a good winning profit so far. But as of now, I want to see how price comes up towards this zone. If I was to look in for a buy, I'm looking for it to come like this and do a retest like that, and then see how it performs here. So we could do a little stop loss and a little short here. I mean, it all depends on how much you want to risk, but you have to bear in mind these stop hunts are more likely to occur in currencies such as cryptocurrencies as opposed to forex, and so therefore you might want to allow a bit more breathing room. So something maybe like a 1.25 would be good enough. Yeah, about, maybe you could even potentially do 1-to-1, perhaps, I'm not sure, but my best bet would be something like below this previous structure here where it had closed, because price is less, in my opinion, would be less likely to reach this level. So for me to enter a trade like this, price would have to push and the exhaustion would have to occur along this zone here, and I want to see some buy sensitivity, potentially a bullish engulfing candle, and some pin bars like this here that we currently saw here. If we don't find any sort of if we do not manage to get a push, scenario could happen where we get something like this and then a push up like that, so like a M formation, and the rules would apply again, some buying sensitivity, pin bars, and a bullish engulfing candle perhaps. Like I said, it's all ultimately down to your trading plan and how you trade. Personally, this is my way, and yeah, so we could also expect price to just come back down, just shoot back down and get another retest here. So the safest bet, if you would want to get a better position into Bitcoin, is I would potentially wait for price to come back down, hopefully come back for the retest, find some more support, and see how price reacts to this zone. If we do get a close in this zone, I'm not looking, this trade would be invalid, so it's not, would not be favored upwards. So if we did get a break and close below this zone, I would take my analysis downwards to the next zone, and it just repeats like that really. So for this zone, see how it reacts to this, if it can get a retest and up. If not, we would see price to come back down to the next zone, which is here. If we do get a retest, it would look like this. And so in terms of locking profit, if it ever did come down to a lower zone, you would move your stop losses towards the previous support to resistance. So what I mean by that is, if price came all the way back down here, we've got a retest, the next zone that price would pass would be this. So if it did manage to go all the way up, my stop loss would be capped here. So we've locked in profit from a zone, and we would wait to see how price reacted to this. If it did pass that again, so maybe it did something like that, a retest, and we did see some sensitivity, I would move it up again, and like that, etc. So this is my method for tackling cryptocurrencies like this method. I've seen a lot of other traders use it, and I've read a lot of people who have done this sort of style. Maybe try it out for yourself. It might be a good way to trade, and you might actually like it. Maybe you could incorporate it with your trading plan. But yeah, that's it for Bitcoin in this week, and hopefully we'll see some more bullish momentum. Yeah, so come back. We'll see what happens next week, and yeah, thank you very much for listening. I'll see you in the next video.